thought I would hop in here and post some brief audio lectures on some of the chapters that we have going forward. I will try to do as many of these as I possibly can. So let's go to chapter 7, and I'm going to skip down here, and I want to briefly discuss Piaget's idea of pre-operational thought and his teaching that children are rapidly developing cognitive skills, and that's allowing them to be better reasoners, problem solvers, and it's allowing them to form some very important concepts, which are, as you can read here, ideas that are inferred from specific instances, like I reach out to touch the glowing circle on the stove, not understanding that it's hot, but I burn my fingers, and all of a sudden, it only takes once for the concept to be formed that glowing orange means hot, and so that keeps me from touching hot stoves. Let's go to pre-operational thinking, though. What does pre-operational mean, and why does he say that the second stage of cognitive development is the pre-operational stage? I'm going to go down here. I want to show you what operational thought looks like, and then compare it with pre-operational thought that children are only capable of. All day long we're faced with present situations. Whatever situations you faced today, they happened in the present moment. So this is the line of input. Somebody says something to you, your teacher gives you an assignment. That's a present moment situation that you need to figure out what you're supposed to do based on that present moment. Well, your brain is incredible, because the moment you were presented with that piece of information about whatever situation you're facing in the present, your brain automatically went into the past and it searched for any previous occurrence of this situation. What have I done in the past when my teacher told me to do something, or my mother scolded me? How did I handle that in the past, and does that give me any information on how I should handle this present situation? So your brain takes what's going on now, scans the past, and asks, has this ever happened before? And it feeds you that information to help you make a better decision. Simultaneously, your brain starts thinking about the way you might solve that situation. Sorry, I had to adjust to my chair. It extrapolates into the future and says, what if I handle it this way? What if I handle it that way? What if I use this imagination there? And it feeds that information to you in the present moment to help you make a better decision. So that's a full operation, giving you the best possible outcome of your handling of the present moment. That's operational thought. This is pre-operational thought. Children are presented with present moment situations, and they don't do any scanning. You've probably noticed how impulsive children are and how they don't seem to think through their circumstances. They don't remember that just yesterday they got punished for throwing their Legos at the dogs. That's because when they're presented with the present moment situation, the present opportunity, their brain doesn't scan the past for how have I solved this, or what have been the consequences in the past, and they don't imagine into the future what would happen if I threw Legos at the dog, or if I pulled the dog's tail. They don't go there. Children are engaged, especially at this very, very young age. These are preschool children. They don't engage in operational thought. They engage in pre-operational thought, where they make their decisions solely based on the present moment. All right. Hop back up. I wanted to go a little bit further. Reasoning we understand, asking why, understanding the rules, determining what's more important to do. Would I rather play with Barbies, or would I rather play with stuffed animals? What's more important to me in the moment? That's all reasoning and problem solving. Conceptualization is more than just figuring out how not to run on slippery surfaces, how not to touch glowing embers because they might be hot. A concept is my understanding of how things are going to go in the future, my understanding of how men are supposed to behave, how women are supposed to behave. Where do I get those concepts? I watch other men behave in certain ways. I watch women behave in certain ways. I learn how to get attention. Children crave attention, and whatever works, that's what they're going to try. So if I cry and mommy says no, and then I throw myself on the floor and have a temper tantrum, and all of a sudden I'm getting all this soothing attention from mommy, that works. My concept of how to get attention now involves throwing myself on the floor and having a temper tantrum. How to treat other people. If daddy comes home and he treats mommy with respect and love and helps her out and honors her, then I learn how I'm supposed to treat women in particular, but other people as well. As a child, as I'm watching my father and the concept is forming. This is how men behave towards women. This is how women behave towards men. And I will internalize that and treat others accordingly. Likewise, how should I be treated? Very, very important. And I'll just illustrate it with one comment. My goal in my parenting of my daughter has been to treat her with love and respect and honor so that she learns this is the way that she should be treated by others. I want it to be so painful or so uncomfortable for her if she's ever treated, especially by a male, in a non-loving, non-honoring way, that she's able to get out, that she's able to say, this just doesn't fit my concept for how men are supposed to treat women. And I'm hoping that will enable her to get away from that dangerous person. So I treat others in the way that I am treated, and I expect that same type of treatment from other people. The converse of that would be if I'm abused as a child at a very young age, then I learn this is what it feels like to be a child. This is how I should be treated, and therefore I may inadvertently go looking for that from others. You've heard boys grow up to marry their mothers, girls grow up to marry their fathers. Well, obviously not literally, but we grow up to marry somebody who fits the concept of a man. Where do I get my concept of what a man does? From my father. Likewise, where do I get my concept from what a woman does? From my mother. And I will grow up looking for somebody who fits the concept of woman, which was originally formed by my concept of mom. Okay, and I'm going to pause here and pick back up in a bit. So I'll talk to you in part 2.